Hello again, YouTube. Well, it's Saturday, so let's give the Alpe another go. The legs aren't feeling particularly strong today, but if I can do it anything quicker than last time, I'll be happy about that. Watch is telling me that I should be doing a base session today, so thank you very much for that. Whoever just gave me a ride on, somebody just came past. So yeah, Watch is telling me I should be doing a bass session today. Just going to adjust this mic. So yeah, Watch is telling me bass session today. So that's technically about an hour and 40 at 160 watts. But I don't know. I think I've got an Alpe in me this morning. So as always, I think I've got a chat panel open. But hey, this is me and OBS Studio, so who knows? In other news, I'd just like to say a big thank you for all the views I got on the last video I put out. Really wasn't expecting that. Normally get a couple of hundred views in the first couple of days, and that one went immediately to over 1,000. I still honestly don't know what I did to create that sort of level of traffic, but I'm not knocking it. So if you haven't seen it, that was a video with me replacing the eternally troublesome bottom bracket in my Trek Damani 4.5. Now that bike, literally from the day I bought it, the bottom bracket's been an issue, and I understand that the way that Trek interpreted BB90 on that bike is probably a big part of the problem, in that what they did was they just decided to effectively machine the cups for the bearings into the frame and then press the bearings into those pre-machined cups, the ones in the frame. So, oh, sounds good, doesn't it? Probably saves a bit of weight. Arguably somebody would say that's stiffer or what have you, but in practice what happens is the bearings get sticky, like bearings do. They bind, then they start seizing. If you don't pick up on it quick enough, they'll spin, and if they spin in the frame, then they're not eroding a replaceable cup, they're eroding your frame. So that happened to my bike, and bearing in mind that bike is what, 12 years old now, something like that, 11, 12 years old. I had been concerned that when I found the wear on the frame, the machined cups in the frame, I thought, could be game over for this frame. But a company called Token, who I think I have heard of before, I think they're probably or possibly a Polish company, but I stand to be corrected on that. They make a wonderful solution for this, and what it is basically a integrated bottom bracket assembly with new cups that fit directly into where the bearings would normally go in the frame, and then you fit that, you screw it all together, fits nice and tightly, and then what you've got is a couple of bearings in their own sort of integrated alley housing, and consequently you haven't got to worry about the wear that you've got on your frame and the fact that your bearings won't press in properly anymore and all the other concerns. So I fitted one, and it has absolutely transformed the bike. I mean, it goes without saying that it would feel stiffer, and it does, but the pedal action is just lovely and smooth. And I mean, I think for the bottom bracket assembly and a special tool that you need to fit it, I was in for 80 quid. Now, like I said in the video, that's, I suppose you could look at that as a lot of money for a bottom bracket, although I guess some higher end bottom brackets you'd be in for that anyway. But for me, every penny of that well spent, because it saved the bike. So I was a little later starting this morning. My left cleat has been badly out of alignment, and I've just been neglecting it, if I'm honest, riding around it, which is no stupid thing to do when you think, you know, 3 bolts, less than 5 minutes to adjust it, but it is now adjusted and feels a lot better. The only thing is, I think I've given myself a bit of a niggle in my left knee. Morning, Lee, if you're watching. My left knee just feels like there might be some K tape on it in the next live stream. So, like I mentioned at the start, the route today is the old favourite Road to Skye in Watopia. So we will ride the jungle circuit descent. Won't go up the climb the other side because we turn off at the bottom for 22 hairpins of fun. Is it 22, 21 hairpins of fun on the Alpe? So, as you may know if you've been following this channel, I am currently on a crusade back to fitness, and having started that crusade a little over 3 months ago at 141 kilos, I am very pleased to announce that this morning I'm 30 kilos lighter than that starting point. So 30 kilos off in a little over 3 months, which I'm very happy with. And the only thing is, it's proving to be quite expensive, because now I can fit into decent cycling kit again. It's just beginning to tickle my fancy for a bit of decent cycling kit. Luckily, what I'm doing at the moment is buying used through eBay. So jerseys, have no problem at all buying those used through eBay. And I've picked up a couple of selling bib shorts on there. Now, I don't know about you, and I'll be interested to hear your comments, but I think, personally, I draw the line at bib shorts. I know they can be laundered, but I just think there's something about a pad that is kind of a single user or known user thing. So, and having said that, I'm currently wearing a pair of Altura Pro Gels. Altura, another brand I've always rated highly, a UK brand. I think they've been established for more than 20 years. And they've currently got a sale on. So in their sale, I picked up 2 pairs of Pro Gel shorts and a pair of Icon shorts, Icon being their higher end one, for less than I'd have paid for 1 pair new from the Rafa site. Right, so anyway, back to the job in hand. If you've not been to the Alpe before, there are these 21 hairpins, and I would say don't burn your matches too early. It's a little steeper at the start than it is in the middle. So as you can see, currently on 10%, and that does feel like 10%. So I'm just looking at the data panel on the left. Again, if you've not ridden the Alpe on Zwift, you get a kind of Zwift running commentary of each sector. So think of that as the road between each hairpin. That's over on the left, under my main data panel. And I noticed that they've started putting your PR for the sector in there, which I approve of. So, as with all long climbs, pick a gear that feels comfortable, settle into a rhythm, and just work your way up it. Oh. Apparently my performance condition, according to the watch, is +9. Happy days. Now, what I do find, especially in these early segments or sectors, is that, oh, good morning. Sorry for my dodgy eyesight. I can just about see your username, which I think the second part of it is English, so good morning, thank you for that. So yeah, these especially these early sectors, I find that it flattens after the turn. So don't be tempted to jump up the gears after the turns. Just pick your gear, pick your pace, and work your way up it. I think it's fair to say that my 160 watts for 140 or 1 hour 40 will probably be a bit out the window this morning. Another thing, unless you've got reason to, and like with this guy here in the orange, there's a little bit of me wants to race him. But if you're doing this to train, unless of course you're training for a hill climb championship or something, ride your own ride. Pretend he's not there. So, looking at the Zwifters panel over on the right, currently about 9 seconds ahead of my previous on this sector. Last time I rode this, I'm guessing, about 4 kilos heavier. So I've currently got an accurate weight representation in my profile. And hopefully that 3 kilos is going to help a lot. And it's amazing actually how much you feel the weight on a bike. There we go. First one ticked off. Always a good feeling. Now this is what I say, look at my power going right down. So formally I have jumped up the gears there, but then just look at this bit here. This is another 10-12%, I reckon. So yeah, I'll be interested to see what difference that few kilos has made, because when I think of my 2 road bikes, so that's the old Trek Damani 4.5, and I've got a Planet X Pro Carbon Evo. Even before I fitted the bottom bracket fix to the Trek, that bike was, I think, about 800 grams heavier than the Planet X, with everything on board. Pedals, bottles, everything. So That don't sound a lot, but trust me, pick one of those bikes up and then pick the other one up. You will feel that difference. Now, for a lot of the climbs I do around my local area, they're usually what I'd call sharp little ramps. So you probably don't notice that weight difference so much in terms of the numbers that you see post-ride. But I think on a long climb like this, you certainly would start to feel even that extra little bit. And don't forget that the most cost-effective change that you can make to your bike in terms of weight savings is you. Think about the weight I've lost in 3 months, 30 kilos. Well, firstly, I honestly don't know how you'd lose 30 kilos off of a 10 kilo bike to start with. But if we say that a 10 kilo bike, entry level, what's that got to be? Let's just pick a number, 1,000 quid. You can probably get something for 1,000 quid that weighs just under 10 kilos. So I'll save 3 of those. And apologies because my eyesight is terrible, and I keep trying to make the chat panel bigger, but I think that could be, is it Mike English? Good morning. Really appreciate that. So again, I do feel like I could potentially push a little more here, but I'm going to keep my powder dry. Use it when it matters. Thank you very much, Jay Sakag. Now I think there's a power-up to be had here somewhere. Look at that. Been here before. Oh well. Don't know where I'm going to use a drafting bonus. I'll find somewhere. So the next video I got planned is about how I've been training to lose the weight. And I have to be honest, a big part of that, oh look, I broke my own rule, I've gone up 2 gears. A big part of that has been getting in here every day, or out on the road bike every day. Now, definitely in the early part of the plan, I would say I was probably 90% on the watt bike, 10% on the mountain bike. And the reason was that was at 140-ish kilos, like I mentioned in a previous video, I honestly thought I was too heavy. Well, I knew I was too heavy for my carbon bikes. And even if the frame might have been up to it, I don't think the wheels would have been. So just purely from a safety perspective, it made more sense to be on a static bike. And I think that would apply even if you were like using a road bike with a smart trainer, because a frame or wheel failure indoors in a static environment is probably a bit safer than the equivalent in traffic on the roads, or even just on the roads. Plus, putting my cards on the table here, I didn't feel comfortable as a blob between 2 hoops out on the road. Personal thing, we all view ourselves differently, but you know, I'd come from a place where 5 years ago I was racing Ironman, and just under 90 kilos. So you can see the damage that had happened with a few rough years. And yeah, I'll be honest with you, I was embarrassed. So, you know, for me, training where I felt comfortable was a big win. Right. Just need to give myself a little bit of a stand on the pedals. 2 shakes. So, previous me, 18 seconds behind. Pushing a little bit more power, but like I say, you know, I'm just keeping it steady today. Get up it, don't race it. One thing I will mention, in my previous video, I shared an insight that I'd gained myself on how to use a torque wrench. And there was a comment saying that I was wrong, in that the torque wrench works on spring pressure, not where you hold it. Now, if you commented on any of my videos, you'll know that I let comments stand and don't always respond to something that I disagree with because I'm not trying to feed the algorithm just by generating comments. I do YouTube because I enjoy it. And, you know, we've all got an opinion. It's a free-ish country. So, you know, you want to share an opinion on something, go for it, buddy. And I'd say if you're putting videos out yourself and getting comments you disagree with, that's healthy. But anyway, there was a comment saying that the hand position does not affect spring tension, and I completely agree with that. What it does affect is the length of lever between the pivot point and the detent system that gives you the click. So you choke up on that wrench, and I have done this myself. You don't hold it on the hand grip, you hold it more towards the head. You're going to overtalk that faster. Fact. And if you want to know reasons for that, explained far more scientifically and coherently than I could, check out a video from the Bike Source. Check out a video from John Cadogan, also expert. Even go looking for a Park Tools video where they explain the same. And it's all to do with how they design those torque wrenches and how they're calibrated against that design. So there we go, there's a good example right there of where the road flattens, and unless you are really on the case, leave those gears where they are. You can also oh, we're back. So, yeah, I was just saying as well, again, if you're new to Alpe Zwift, you can tell the severity of the upcoming gradient by the colour on the segment marker. So the red ones are evil bastards. The yellow ones are much more friendly. And the orange ones are meh. Just looking at the comments there. Some people take this seriously. I think somebody's done a bike change for the descent. Right, now, We're on a 5%er, so I am going to shove in a couple of more cogs. And I think here is as good a place as any to just dump that. So currently, looks like I'm just under 30 seconds ahead of my previous. We can take a minute off. I'll be happy with that. These are wearing Altura Pro Gel shorts, as I mentioned earlier. Brilliant shorts. I before this was using some Planet X 365X shorts, or X365. Now they are really nice and an absolute bargain. If you wanted just good, dependable workhorse shorts for commuting and possibly training, love them, love them. I think you can get 2 pairs of those for about 50 quid. But I do find that on the longer rides I've been doing recently, I started to get some undercarriage stroke chamois interface issues. Which for some reason the wife would not kiss better. So I've invested in these Altura ones, and they're just sweet. So the Icon shorts, they've got, or they had, up until last weekend, was the last time I looked, I think, a 70% sale. And even the Icon shorts, really nice, feel really premium, great pad, great construction. They were 36 quid. Nice and steady. Do you know, it's always a little win in your head when you can see the sectors with the single digits on the same map. Or it is for me at least. Almost there. No, you're not. So my when I was back in the day, I have done the Alpe in under an hour. But one of the things I'll cover in that next video is how I'm measuring progress. And I think you need to measure progress against, when you're on a journey like this, to get yourself back from a bad place. Measure progress against yesterday, not your personal bests. See these yellow segments? They're a lot easier. Or maybe easier isn't the word. Less painful. Whoa. Here we go. Thank you, D-Tan. Whoa. Keep at it, Ian. Whoa. Right. Gonna go down the ratios. If memory serves, there's another power up to be had as we go past the JCB with the logs. I call that a JCB. Not sure if it is. If you know what it is and I'm wrong, tell me. It's this one up here. There you go. Come on, make it a featherweight. Thanks. Thank you, Zwift. Why don't you, on the way up, give me everything I can't use? I often forget that power is measured force times cadence, so I end up grinding big gears, and to get a similar power by just backing off, spinning a bit more. Whoa. Still feeling good. Oh look, there's Matey Boy. Isn't that the guy in the orange who came past us, or went away from us some distance back? And this is the thing, as I say, about not burning your matches halfway there. "12 turns to go." So, looks like another comment there. I can see the word dog. Do you know what, I'm going to try this with my glass. See if that... Oh, that's made it worse. So, apologies, I think that's, looking at the name, Mike English again, trying to read that comment. Dog or... seems... move yet. Really sorry, man. I'm just struggling to read that. I'll try and make that comments panel bigger. Yep, thank you. Thanks, man. I will, I promise you, I'll read those comments properly afterwards. And if you know a way that I can make the text bigger in that comments panel on OBS Studio, even if it means downloading a plugin or something, let me know in the comments, because I would love to be reading these things in real time and responding properly. Can you... Yeah, I think you're saying there, can you brighten the panel up or make the panel larger? Yeah, I've done that, and it's kept the font size the same. Thanks, OBS. Oh, look at this. Turn 12. There's a Yeti around here somewhere. Right, previous me, 44 behind. Just keep it steady, Ian. Oh, can you use that power up? Sorry, I've just seen. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not going to use it anywhere else, am I? It's as flat here as it's going to be anywhere, apart from the snowy bit. Done. It's gave me 3 seconds. We hope. Right. Mettez-vous du Yeti? Come on, we'll have another ratio. Good, good. Spin, spin, spin. Here we go. Let's have this little ramp. Do you know what? I think that power up was a good suggestion. $52 ahead. Push, push, push. Slowly, slowly. Reeling him in. 55 ahead. Look at that, number 10. We are in single digits after this, friends. That's it. I would love to give you a ride on, buddy, but I have not got the companion running. And I am otherwise I seldom, if ever, get to return it in real time. God, this is starting to feel like an FTP test now. Come on in. There you go. $105 ahead. 106. So, in the bottle today, High Five, not a sponsor, electrolyte tablets, citrus. As I've mentioned in a previous video, the, shall we say, genuine training starts when I reach 100 kilos. And at that point, I will probably up the intensity and fuel during rides. But the goal for now is to improve fitness, but mainly burn fat with each pedal turn. Gear 10, little bit optimistic. Gear 10, turn 10. 9 sectors left. Oh, here we go. So I see that Zwift have lost kind of a big, and dare I say key, esports contract to a training platform nobody seems to have heard of, called My Whoosh. It looks like My Whoosh is a very well-funded startup. Well, when I say startup, I think they started during the pandemic. If I'm correct, I think it's an Abu Dhabi-based company. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know. Zwift should be kicking themselves for that. And I've had a quick look at the other platform, and graphically it's rich, arguably no richer than Zwift, but I don't know, maybe for us hardcore Zwifters, the benefit will be that Zwift will start to up their game even more. So just looking in the comment there, I think, which says, are you can you replace the different power up, so can you swap it? Great suggestion. Wouldn't it be good if when you win a power up on Zwift, they give you the option to select which one you want dependent on the course you're riding, or even just apply a bit of AI to it. And if you're climbing the Alpe, for Christ's sake, give me things that make me lighter. Give me feather ups. Don't give me aero helmets and drafting bonuses. I think also I'd really like it, and I'm guessing this is an infrastructure thing, but wouldn't it be great if I could ride whatever course I choose, not whatever world or selection of worlds they've chosen for today? And I had France been on today. Oh, there's the Yeti. Hello, mate. Had France been on today, I would have done the on top. So currently, you probably can't see it, hidden by my handlebars and saddle. I've put just over a minute into my previous. So what, we got 9 seconds up there. Perceived effort. Perceived effort, I think I would summarize as, feels like I'm currently riding within myself, if that makes sense. And it's a little bit of a new experience for me. Oh, your man's doing a training plan, but not that notwithstanding, I don't usually go past people uphill. Thanks, mate. Let's see if I can get to that. Yeah. Let's try and give your man a ride on. 6 turns to go. 7 turns to go after this one. Don't look at the profile map. All that'll do is demotivate you. So again, keeping those gears low, keeping that cadence up. It's actually turned into a bit of a unders and overs session this morning, looking at it. And by the way, I have really appreciated the comments, even if I haven't been able to correctly interpret all of them. What I really need is kind of a standalone comments panel on an iPad on my little music stand here. We all use a music stand for Zwift, right? Surely it's only DC Rainmaker and GP Llama who buy fancy training tables. Lucky bastards. Ah, there we go. 7 to go after this. Ah, Ian, you dick. I was looking at that profile in the top right and thinking that was the entire course profile. But of course, it's not. It's just the sector you're riding. You dick, Ian. Feel free to comment. You dick, Ian. Here we go. Just getting into the snow now. Now this always catches me. That looks like a turn marker ahead, and it's not. It's a tent on top of a bit of snowy rock. Damn you, Zwift. Yeah, so back to Zwift. I feel sorry for him. You know, that somebody's walked in with a lot of money to spend which, however you cut it, I'll bet has influenced a contract decision somewhere. And, you know, even though I'm talking about improvements I'd like to see to Zwift, they don't stand still. They have continually developed this platform. And I mean, you look at what they've done recently with the Climb portal. That's brave. No other way to put that. Complete departure from their BAU product. But I really like it. I did actually think of riding Climb portal today, actually. I think the hill is, now you're going to kill me on my pronunciation here, Bilachnaba. Now I'm not sure where that is. It sounds to me like it could be an Isle of Man location. Or possibly Scotland. $1.11 ahead. $1.12. Going to take the recovery here. Only 7%, 8%, 9%, 9 and a bit percent, 10%. See, that's what I say about getting lured into running up the cassette or down the cassette, depends on how you look at it. Yeah, so Zwift, hang in there guys. You've got a strong and loyal following, and I have no doubt will bounce back from what is hopefully just a minor setback for you. God, I hadn't realised how much that badly aligned cleat had been affecting me. Just going to give the legs a wee breather. Keep the cadence up. Spin, spin, spin. We still got, yeah, we still got the microphone. .110 ahead. Previous me is now on the flat a bit, so he's gaining. 111 ahead, as I hit a little flat before the corner here. Okay, on a training plan doesn't count. Favourite bit of the climb here, right in between these snowbanks. Reminds me of the Beast from the East, where our local roads are a little bit like that. Oh, see you, mate. He's finished his workout. Oh, black ice. .115 ahead. As he drops a gear to keep that cadence up. A little bit of respite coming up, especially between 5 and 4. Just looking down, the right cleat is now slightly toe in. I seem to get on better with a slight bias towards toe in compared to toe out. So I think we're looking at about between 23 and 25 minutes to the top. at the current pace. Currently 119 ahead. Yeah, man. Here we go. Five turns left. Putting a couple of gears on here, given that this is a kind of orange, not red sector. Immediately regretting that when I see this. Keep the cadence up. Keep the power up, 127 ahead. Keeping that power on, 130 ahead. Okay, hoping I don't play too badly for this near the top. So, going back to the next video and the health and fitness. It's just great to see some progress after so many years neglecting myself. 3 months ago, I set out to climb the Alpe on Zwift, and I still had my former I'm an Iron Man, done this countless times before head on, and was incredibly humbled by having to step off the bike at turn 10. A few weeks later, I got myself up it. A few weeks back, I took nearly 30 minutes out of that just get up it time. Here I am today, fretting over 1:36 minutes at the moment, and working to keep out front. And it's when you see measurable progress like that that you justify the effort. And it is effort. Make no mistake about it. In my experience, there's only one way to make yourself fitter and leaner, and that's to moderate your intake and burn what you are consuming. And it saddens me that I see so many YouTubers especially making a living out of making this complex. It is not complex, but it is hard. MG Patriot, thank you very much, sir. Well, I assume that's a sir. MG Patriot, whoever you are, thank you very much. I've got to wash the car after this. That might not happen. Oh, look at that. 3 turns left. Keeping the power smooth and even. 139 ahead. .138 as the previous me hits the little flat section. Oh, there goes matey boy. He was having a rest, clearly. Oh no, it's not, he's behind me. 52 behind me. Oh, that bloke's Scottish. One that went past. So, fair play, fella. This is probably a commute for you. I'm an Essex boy. Three turns. Yeah, don't care. So close. Don't give up. Be aero. No. Be strong on a climb. Be aero on a descent. I'm wondering about doing the descent today. Spin down here, I suppose. Here's the deal. If I get anything aero as a power up when I cross the line, we'll do the descent. Still 137 ahead. Man. Ouch. Right, come on in. Don't be a dick. Two turns after this. Just beginning to feel like I'm working for it. Yeah, man. Come on. I wasn't expecting that. Oh well. I'll take the XP. I wants me level 50. And them fire socks. How cool are they? $139 ahead. 2 turns to go. Heart rate beginning to pick up. Keeping on it. $141 ahead. Just moderating the effort to finish strong. Two turns. One hairpin after this. Now, if you've never ridden the Alpe before, it's quite easy to think that when you get to 1, you are done. You are not. You are then just into the final sector. So, you know, don't look at that sector stats board and say to yourself, all right, this is it. Here comes the finish. I'm going to leave everything on this bit of road, because if you do, that last sector is going to be purgatory. 142 ahead. Yeah, this is definitely felt. It's in probably just over 200. As an average for the ride. 142 ahead. Push, push, push. So yeah, you even here, look at your map on the right, okay? Look at your stats board on the left. You've got one hairpin left, but that's misleading because that hairpin leads you to the final ramp. So here we go, right, okay? We're headed for the last hairpin. We're not headed for the finish. So again, unless you are feeling, thank you very much, Hesley. Again, unless right here you are feeling like Primoz Roglic, do not be going crazy. Still 142 ahead. Holding similar power. Well, here's the thing. Holding similar watts per kilo. Fair play, mate. Good on you, buddy. Clearly that's somebody that is feeling like Primoz Roglic at this point. Now, you'll have noticed that I personally favour or tend towards a lower cadence. I'm sort of 60-ish is where I climb. Understand, conventional wisdom is that's not a very efficient climbing cadence. And here's where we're all different, because it might not be efficient, but it is comfortable. For me, at least. Okay, my Shadow Rider, currently on a flat bit by the looks of it, has been at sort of, it's about 1.5, 1.4 watts per kilo at the moment, and 140, so he's going 2 seconds. Not worried, given that my goal was to beat the previous by a minute. Right, again, little flat here. I'm just going to spin it, get that cadence up, spin some of the lactate out the legs. Boogs! What a cool username. I haven't got a clue what that means. Ah, I don't recall seeing a laser before. So here's what I was saying. Look on the left. Your sectors have gone. You've done all the hairpins. Now, you've just got this between 8 and 10% ramp to the top. So looking at the finish times, I am not going to be anywhere middle of the pack. I'm going to be just off the bottom. But everything's relative. Look at the 90-day PRs. Okay? Measure yourself against last time. Not other people, nor your best time. Okay. Sweating on the top line. Because if somebody gives me an aero helmet boost, as I go across that line, I'm going to do the descent. Good for time this morning. $147 ahead. 148. Thanks, man. Thank you, Mick. Come on. 159 ahead. Everything you got, Ian. Towards it. Oh. Whoa. Job done. Oh well, I wasn't last. Can you see what I can see? Top left to the right of the power. All right. Some water. Spin the legs. And strap in for the descent. Thank you for that ride on, T. Draper. Turn paper. Here. Right, so if you're still watching, type in the chat in capitals now when you want me to use the aero ride on. If I haven't had a now by the time I hit turn 10 for the Yeti, I'll dump it there. Here we go. Oh, it's so much easier. Here we go. Go, go, go. Nice little cloud inversion there. Nice effect. Thank you, Zwift. Just to reinforce how far you've climbed. Go on. Step aside, my friend. That bloke coming through. Thank you very much for that ride on. Yes, Ogata. Ogata. Forgive my pronunciation. Here we go. Right. Okay. Next segment, web sector, is where I will dump the aero. Here we go. Wait for a steep bit, Ian. Wait for a steep bit. There we go. Sorry about getting up close and personal with the mic there. Right, just going to give the legs a break. A little bit of broom tuck. Get a bit of a tendon issue in my left foot. And if I was out on the road, I tend to just ride through it, but given that we're not, I'm not going to do anything to damage it. Turns coming up thick and fast now. Well, if you've watched any of this, thank you very much. Mike English, I think that is in the comments. Thank you very much for your chat this morning there. Sorry I couldn't read all of the comments. I think I got there or thereabouts with about 80% of them, but I really did appreciate that. Probably next weekend, next video coming out on the channel. And as I say, that's all about what I've learned about getting yourself back in shape and shifting some timber. And this is coming from somebody who now has had to do it twice in his life. And is intent on making this the last time. But other than that, I wish you a fantastic Saturday, YouTube. Looks like the weather's going to be on everyone's side for a change. Whatever you're doing over this bank holiday weekend in the UK, I hope you have a good one. Take care, ride safe, and I will catch you in the next one.